jungle. Audio jungle.
Good morning, everyone. This is Debora Thekkekkara from Chempaka International, reporting for the news for this week. To start off, the cryptocurrency industry in India, with nearly 15 million investors, has been left struggling to find a viable, permanent payment solution after the Reserve Bank of India has led an informal restriction of authorized transactions using them. This has led to many crypto exchanges having to either stick to peer-to-peer transactions directly between a buyer and a seller, which is inefficient and vulnerable to fraud risk, or has led to cryptocurrency companies relying on smaller payment gateways, which are proven to be too inefficient for the modern market. Similarly, actions by central structures of power in other countries also destabilize the foundation of cryptocurrency, such as how China's government has enacted a ban on cryptocurrency mining this week by cutting off Bitcoiners' access to their own affordable sources of energy. However, this may have adverse ecological effects in the long run if other countries don't follow their lead, as it will simply result in Bitcoiners moving to other nations to mine in less ecologically sensitive, more power-draining ways. China's actions have helped the support of climate activists, however. In the long run, it is likely to be seen as a blow against the legitimatization of decentralized cryptocurrencies that are already susceptible to price volatility. And speaking of power consumption, in our nation, we have recently seen an encouraging growth in power consumption in June due to nearly 116 billion units being used. Officials have no doubt that this is due to the delay in monsoon season this year, but this growth is still encouraging considering the slump in power consumption due to COVID. Consumption still hasn't reached pre-COVID levels within India, but experts hope that with a steady lift of government lockdowns, industrial and commercial demand for electricity will soon rise. Another effect of COVID that we are now only recovering from is the blatant misuse of antibiotics in India and numerous other countries. During the COVID first wave lockdown period, the use of antibiotics should have gone down, as social distancing impeded the spread of bacterial infections such as malaria, dengue, and the flu. However, instead, as it has now been shown, countless Indian citizens took antibiotics when faced with symptoms of COVID-19, a useless precaution as antibiotics are useless against viral infections. This may have furthered the dangerous threat of antibiotic resistance to global public health. But it's not all bad news in the lockdown situation. In fact, certain industries, such as online skill games, have shown a hyper-growth during lockdown in India. This helped grow previously unexplored sectors of the economy and revive traditional Indian games with a newfound popularity of digital versions of these games, such as Ludo and Carom. Additionally, these games may help develop decision-making capabilities, strategic and observational skills of players, a silver lining on the COVID-19 lockdown cloud. And to carry forward the good news, 9 European countries now recognize the Serum Institute of India's Covishield vaccine to be a pass that authorizes travel from India. This recognition, however, does not change the pre-existing travel restrictions imposed on India due to it being a virus variant country. Moving on to the actions of India towards the rest of the world, the United States, under the leadership of President Joe Biden, has now won international support from 130 countries, including India, in its plan to overhaul the global taxing systems against big companies. This reform framework includes a global tax minimum on multinational companies and demands that they pay tax wherever they generate profits, which could have major global impacts. It is a big priority of President Biden, but it still has a long way to go, with countries like Ireland and Barbados remaining unsigned to the international deal. Another recent move of President Biden has been the declaration of Jessica Stern as the upcoming State Department Special Diplomatic Envoy for LGBTQ rights, a newly created position. Stern worries about the international situation for LGBTQ persons and expresses concern around the violence faced by transgender women of color and legislation sought by numerous American states to limit athletic and medical opportunities for transgender youth. However, She also expresses hope over the representation of LGBTQ people in positions of power in the government, as well as the improving views of the LGBTQIA+ community worldwide. In other news, Sha'Carri asserted the U.S. track and field star with the signature event of the 100-meter race has been suspended for a month from the U.S. Olympic team after being tested positive for marijuana. This means that she will not be able to participate in the Tokyo Olympics this month. When asked, Richardson stated that she had indulged in marijuana after her mental health issues were triggered due to finding out about her biological mother's death from a reporter. She intends to make this a one-time incident and return to the track, ready to compete, as soon as she is allowed. The USA Track and Field expresses concern and support for her current situation. This marks the end of this week's World News. This is Debora Thekkekkara signing off, and we shall see you next week. Thank you.